I don't know about you, but I love retrofitting old things with new technology, and obviously this car doesn't have CarPlay. In the great year 2026, what kind of car doesn't have CarPlay? I mean, yeah, you have your media, you have radio, tone. Why is there a tone button for this? Click navigation, you're gonna get lost. There's nothing there. If you don't have the SD card, or this isn't even like, I think this is supposed to be an SD2, which is meant for navigation. But if you don't have it, that's it, you're out of luck. There's nothing at all. Yeah, okay, great. You have media, you can go to maybe aux or Bluetooth 1.0, and that's it. Yeah, you can have a phone call at the worst quality known to man. What you usually do is you put your phone here in this little dinky thing, and then as you drive, it rattles, it shakes around. It just looks horrible. It's like, it starts going like this. And then yeah, you're gonna see navigation that way, or do anything else. Is audio quality gonna be good? Like, come on, you're gonna put the CD in, you're gonna put an SD card in, sure, whatever. But then you have to transfer it and download it and sort it all out. Who cares, man? Who cares? Right now we have two options. Either you can tap into this little screen and put CarPlay in it, so you don't have to change anything. You still have to put in a box, and that screen, it's like 480p or something. I don't know. It's going to be a little tiny screen, and then you're going to use these little button to go up and down, and then scroll back and forth, and then you're going to go like this, and then you're going to be like, oh wow, great. No, CarPlay is meant to be touched. So you're supposed to do something here, right? So this is where this bad boy comes in. Slap that in there, you're gonna have CarPlay. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take this and then put this in here. 12.9 inch screen, 12.7, I don't remember what it is. It's 1920 by 720 resolution. I'll show you all the stuff that you get in the box before we get started. So this is the box that comes with it. Yeah, very nice, very tightly packed. So you have all the instructions, which we'll go over later. This is the plate that covers up the screen and makes it all nice and flush after the job is done. The mount itself, which gets screwed on so it doesn't move around. So then you have the keys to open the actual, like take the dash out, and the AMI cable if you have an Audi that does have that system. Mine doesn't, so we won't really be using this. This converts from the Audi media interface, I think, into a headphone jack. So then you get two cables which look pretty much the same, but they do have different plugs. One is for the RMC version and one is for the HN version. I already know which one I need, so I already had the headphone jack attached. I think it's this area that's different. This is the RMC version, and on their video it does say the one with the D is the correct version. So the other version's plug is a bit different. This area here is completely empty. So that's the HN version, and that is the RMC version. The extra plugs, I don't know what they are for, but I guess more wires means more features. So maybe I lucked out on that one. The HN version has nothing. It's just empty and it won't plug in. So we don't need to use that. I'm gonna throw that away. We're gonna be using this. And the actual star of the show, the screen itself. So if I take it out one-handed. Okay, I can't do that. It's absolutely beautiful. Small bezels. The old versions had really thick bezels, but now this one, it just looks amazing. Yeah, from the back, well, that's fine. You're gonna be covering it up so it won't look as bad. Just cover that up. So one plug, that's for the old screen, so you don't lose any features, you still have the old screen with you. And this is the main connector that makes it all work. So that's this one here. Goes right in there. You have the reset button and a mic. I don't know why it needs a mic. I assume it's going to be using the Audi mics in there, but more microphones never hurt anyone, so that's all good. Sticker here, so 1920 by 720 and Linux. So I'm assuming it's going to be less bloated than the Android versions, and those, since Android takes a while to boot up, and then you know how Android is. So Linux, just build that as they need to, bespoke. It's not that heavy. Majority is the screen. It's very thin screen. Like, it looks great from the front, and of course we'll do the peel at the end. Just a little bit of a bezel at the bottom, but the sides in the top are very thin, so I can't wait to see what the screen shows. That's what you get with the entire package. As for the manual, I can very quickly show it to you. Yeah, get the head unit out, intercept that. We're gonna have to connect to the gateway control module as well. And then finally tap into that old screen so we can still see the original software. One here, one there, and then that's it. Very simple to install. Yeah, our Audi today doesn't have the AMI cable connection, so we're not going to be using that. You can use the Bluetooth channel, but that's like, again, if you have the cable, use the cable. It's going to be much better quality, no lag, and it'll be directly plugged in, so there won't be any connection issues as well. No reverse camera today, but you can add one for automatic transmission or manual transmission. That is available in this setup. And you have all the sensors that detect when you're in reverse. That is pretty much it. It's just your basic connect to the Bluetooth. It'll tell you that there's CarPlay, connect to CarPlay, and that's it. You can also AirPlay, so if you want, you can stream YouTube or something else to the screen. We'll see, we'll check out those settings later on. That's the manual, so let's go plug this in. So now that you know what's in the box, we brought over stuff that we need in here. So now we have that cable that is supposed to be plugged in correctly. This thing will come out. Actually, before we start, this is what we have right now. We have the RMC EU P12321 and no navigation, no nothing, just Bluetooth. Even the volume is not available. I mean, come on, we need an upgrade right now. Turn that off. Don't need any power to that anymore. So let me show you what we brought here again. So obviously the main star of the show, the screen itself. You're gonna need the cover that goes at the back later on. So put that there. Then you have the main cable, so all the intercepting and everything like that will happen here. So you have the power cable that plugs into the actual thing itself. So we'll take that out in a minute. And then you have all these other little bits and bobs. So this is the mounting plate, some screws. We'll figure that out where they go later. And I fix it, little doodad to pry some stuff open. And the 2 keys to unlock. So let's get started. I believe you go this way and just click that in. The other one's unlocked. And now, let me see if I can do this. There we go. Nice and easy. Take that out and then just rest it on the gear stick. There's the power cable, the antenna, and then some other stuff that we don't really care about. We're gonna be intercepting this only anyway. Sorry guys, didn't film the other stuff, but basically what you want to do, you gotta pry off this part, then you pry off this part, and then you keep doing it until something budges. Then this is the most important step. Don't forget that after you do all that, you need to realize that you're opening the wrong side and it's actually the passenger side. So then you just, it's all good. Once you realize that it's not the driver's side, it seems like it's going to be the passenger side, take this off again, and we have a bunch of screws, and I think there's going to be a bunch more. So there's one there, another there, couple above. Okay, so after you painstakingly take out all of these screws and then take this out and then unplug this from this, you then realize that this is still the incorrect location. And I unplug these and none of them match what we need. So no, this is not the side that we need. So we're gonna have to go back to the driver's side. This isn't either. This must be for like the horn or something, as if I know. There's the airbag though. So yeah, no, this is on the UK Audi A1. It is not the passenger side. I assumed it would be because I guess European, they just kept the design the same, but no, it'll have to be on the other side. So gonna have to patch this all up again. Okay, so basically all that stuff on the passenger side, that was a royal waste of time. So we're gonna have to close all that up. That was irrelevant. It was actually here where I was in the first place. So yeah, you take this off, there's just a bunch of clips, so just be careful pulling them, especially this one at the end. It gets in here somewhere. Plug that in there, be careful with that. Finally found it. It's actually this. So you unplug this orange thing. I don't know if it's power or whatever. And then I'm assuming this is data. So this is what we're intercepting. So you have this little teeny tiny computer part, I guess. I don't know what it is. Control module. I guess this is where we tap into like OBD stuff. kind of thing, because the actual OBD is this. So yeah, you get to this part, and then now we need to intercept it. So I hooked up the screen really quick just to see if it even works in the first place. So let's get the car going. All right, so that turns on, and this turns on. I already played around with it a little bit. This is sorry guys, spoiler. But oh, actually yeah, no, the doors are correct. I swapped. So rude. While the CarPlay was connecting, it stopped recording. Anyway, there you go. So I think you just tap it to get out of it. There it is. There's CarPlay, and just what we wanted. Look at that. A little good for nothing dinky chud over there, and then the GigaChat screen. Everything works. Why is that selected like this? Isn't that supposed to be touchscreen? Slightly laggy touchscreen, but it's alright. So now what we actually need to do is, why does that say AMI? We don't have AMI. Why is that? Unless I'm missing something. It's just an aux cable down there. I'm actually doing this completely out of order. So you got a mess there. I'm trying to put the wire through to connect to the console. Actually, I'm supposed to take this out and then take the entire screen out now. So wiring could be easier, I guess. This thing needs to be put in later on, all over the place. But yeah, now we need to take this out. So I'll try to pry this open. Okay, got that thing out. And let me tell you, this thing puts up quite a fight. Almost ripped my fingers off. Anyway, so now there is a screw all the way over there. I don't even know what it looks like. Oh, don't tell me it's not a Phillips. But anyway, you're supposed to unscrew that so we can take this out. Okay, finally got the screw out. It's really tricky. It's really in there. Once you get that out, however you can, the next part is to take this out. Okay, damn, they really don't want you to remove this radio for you guys. So you know, there's a tab here and a tab here, and you have to find a way how to push it in. Just some sort of a plastic clip or something like that. You basically push it in and then it just releases, and then you can actually take it all out. Very easy. Once you have the right tools. If you don't, you're going to be struggling for a long time. Now we need to remove this S-video cable, I think, so we can connect it to our new screen and then still retain all the control of the original screen. Okay, these things really do not want to be disconnected. Jesus, this entire thing took so long to take out, but the end result should be this. You have that, I guess, the little power plug there on the right, and then the actual video output, which will go into our monitor. I think this can just hang out and then just be there. It should look like after everything's taken out. But yeah, you take out the screen, well, the old screen, and now there is a perfect location to put in the new one. So you just keep this here as well. You're gonna have to screw that in later once you get the bracket. Okay, so then you go and get the 4 screws out of the little bag and get them screwed in like so. You can't mess it up, so it only goes one way. The main screw will be there to hold it in place so it doesn't rattle around and stays secure. Okay, so you take the console cable, you push it through here, and then you just basically have to grab it through somewhere in there. You have it here ready to connect. So connect it up, push the wires all the way back in so it's all neatly cable managed. We can move on to the next part. All right, that's plugged in. So it should look something like this. Connection to the original, to the console. Then this orange thing, that's the intercept cable. And that's the actual cable. So Audi's happy, and we also have the data for the rest of the car as well. And everybody's happy. So now we just need to tuck it in. There we go. Something like this. Just right behind there. Oh, perfect. It's like it was made for that. Neatly cable managed. Maybe a little bit more. There we go. Perfect. Look at that. It's like you wouldn't even know. Okay, I plugged everything up just to see if it all works and stuff. So I got that. That's not. It's still a work in progress. That lights up. All this is a mess that will be cleaned up for sure. Another thing I did was plug in the aux cable, but then I played some music and it didn't really matter. I unplugged this. I'm assuming it's taking over the aux cable and you don't actually need that, because yeah, I just set it to external audio interface and then it just played it without the cable. So I'll just get rid of that so you don't actually need it. Otherwise, yeah, like the car starts as it should because it didn't start before when the console was unplugged, but that needs to be sorted out now. That is the interceptor for the power and the controls of this thing. So I guess, yeah, it intercepts. Oh wow, on the camera it blinks, but it's actually solid. That's weird. That's all there is to it, really. This plugged into there, that intercepts there. So I think, yeah, that does all the audio and aux overtake or take over as well. So yeah, it does it all for you. Don't actually need to plug anything in. So it looks even better. But yeah, all that's left now is to make this entire mess pretty and actually close it all up properly. So actually, I didn't even mention there's 2 USBs that you get with it, so for updates and for USB, so you can play your music off the USB, no device. There you go. I mean, it runs, just needs to look pretty now. So now that we have all this in there, I put the USB cables here, so easy to access for charging and for USB music. Put the aux cable in there as well, just leave it there for now. What's left is this. I see that there's a bit of a gap, so I don't know how it's gonna be a bigger gap here, so you would think it's gonna be like this, maybe. We'll see how it works out. Okay, so it seems like it's ever so slightly off. As you can see, like if I tilt it forward, it's just out of reach, like it hits right there. So I think I'm gonna have to move the little metal part up so it's gonna connect and still have some sort of little bit of stability, basically. Like it's just out of reach. So I don't know if this is a defect or that's just how it is, but we'll get this mounted somehow and then it'll be fine. But yeah, it's just a little short, just so you know. Some information for you guys. So basically in these 2 holes on the side, you have to plug these things in. So you kind of go like, okay, I'm gonna have to finagle it. There you go, you can see that one there. It's a bit of a struggle because that S-video cable is in there without breaking it. There we go. Those 2 things just slide in and then there you go. That is aligned correctly. What you can do is take this, clip it there at the back. It should be somewhat aligned. There's still gonna have to be a bit of a struggle in that screw there, but that's how it looks. So I'll get that screwed in now. Okay, managed to get the screw in as much as possible, but I don't know about is this by design or what, but I guess, I mean, we'll see how it goes when driving. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty stable by itself, but then we'll see how it goes in driving. If it's not that stable, we'll see what happens. But it does this whole shebang, but it's fine, it's all right. That'll do. So yeah, all that's left is actually just put all the cables in and then see how it works. Okay, the cable management is done. We're able to close this up properly. But before I do that, you're supposed to push the wires down. So actually having this entire thing open here really did help. Wasn't a waste of time. So yeah, just push the wires down, plenty of space down there. So then this can actually go in all the way. And then there you go. Just click that in there. Perfect. All nice and seamless again. So then you have your 2 USBs here. I know it doesn't really look the best, but just pull them up so you can't really see them. Can't really see them in the dark as well. So yeah, so all that's left is put this back in. Can plug this in now. Back to normal. So we won't do anything on the driver's side, so we can just click this in. Make sure it's all in there properly. Make sure you get the the gum out as well. There you go. Sorted. So the driver's side is all sorted, no problems at all. Perfect. Right, now the passenger side. Okay, I finished screwing in all the screws. So those at the top, all over the place here as well. Just there's 3 at the bottom. There's 2 there, 1 here, another one there. So that's it. Make sure the gums are properly out. There we go. That is it. Perfect. Okay, quick little time skip, but this is what the finished product should look like. There you go. Have that. Have the screen turn on. We're gonna change that boot logo to something to do with Audi. I'll make one myself, I think. Okay, there's this. If you have CarPlay added and then you remove it from your iPhone, this pops up a little bit. So, because it's probably trying to find the previous phone. I don't know if there's a list or anything like that, but I have 24 hours screen time on the system settings. So I love settings. So let's see what we have in here. Let's go to system. Of course, there's language, right-hand drive. So yeah, we're in the UK, so I have to use that. Cars BT channel. So I think this is something to do with aux, disabling aux, and then actually just using the Bluetooth of the car itself instead of CarPlay to Wi-Fi to this. So for like legacy reasons, I guess you can use the Bluetooth channel and then the audio on this gets skipped or something like that. Firmware update, so I'm assuming there is something new, something newer maybe. I can't really see anything on their website, so I might have to email them and figure out what is there any firmware update or anything like that, because right now all we have is this. So 2025, not that old, but I love an update and I love going through system settings. So you have system version, factory reset, and reboot. Reboot, I'm assuming just, yeah, reboot system, that's it. Factory reset, I mean, I'm sure it was just reset. Go to return, let's go to smartphone list. Okay, so I'm assuming, yeah, these are the applications to turn on Hi Car. I think that's for Huawei. Android Auto, CarPlay, that's your default ones that everyone has. Autolink, iOS Mirror, and AirPlay. I think these ones have the same way of showing your screen, like your iPhone screen on the screen itself, so you can watch YouTube and Netflix and all that stuff. Okay, that's the offset. So, I mean, why would you need that? It's really, like, it's already aligned perfectly. So, Wi-Fi. Okay, that's your typical Wi-Fi and everything like that. Nothing really interesting. Display. Okay, so let's see. Is there brightness? Yeah, there you go. That's max brightness. And then that's going to be when it's nighttime. So actually, let's twist that. So you can. Yeah, you don't want to be blasted in the middle of the day. Oh, middle of the night. You don't want to be blasted by the screen. Audio, volume. So your typical stuff. I mean, the volume itself is being controlled here, but yeah, one caveat, you don't really see what it is, so you're just gonna have to guess by your ears. Call echo cancellation. No, I guess this is to do with the microphone at the back, so I need to test that some other time. EQ, you know, typical EQ. So you got standard, custom, classic, rock, jazz, electric, pop, soft, and standard. I think I'll leave it at standard. I'm fine with that. Last thing is car settings. So reversing settings, unfortunately, not having the camera this time. Maybe in the future, I don't know. But yeah, you can have not installed original and have to come. I mean, I don't have it installed, so don't really. Yeah, let's set that to so it doesn't even have to worry about it. Camera format. So there's the formats. You can go up to 720p, 30 FPS. Reverse line detection. And mute. I think there is their camera and there's aftermarket camera, so that's why you have this road top camera and then some other camera that you can get off AliExpress or anything like that. I'm assuming this is mirrors the entire view. OEM parking sensor button for OEM. Yeah, I guess there's some extra options there. So the actual thing that we need to test is the resolution. So the way we get to that is OEM. Yep, that's the wrong setting. So you tap to go back, go to settings, scroll down, go to car settings. So then we have all of these options that are supported, I guess. So this is the 2G version, 3G version, and then the MIB. So this is for like the newer ones, I believe, like towards 2018. So let's try MMI 3G. I guess this one first. First time lucky. There you go. Yeah. So you just have to make sure you set the correct setting. I wonder if you set something else, it just won't work. There's a number 2 there, so I guess a different way to capture it. And go back to OEM, and it doesn't work exactly. So back to this, go to OEM, and you don't lose the screen. You can actually just use it. So you can still click nav and have no navigation system, but of course you have CarPlay, so you do have it. Everything is here as it should be, no problem at all. Really isn't any downsides to installing this. Doesn't seem like anything was lost. So you can tap, go back. So you have CarPlay, Android Auto, Huawei, whatever Huawei app there is. Some extra applications maybe. I don't have a Huawei phone, sorry. Bluetooth. Oh, there you go. You can have. Well, that's a different. There's my iPhone. So if I delete that. Oh, so this is where the devices list is. Perfect. Can't change the name, but you can auto connect, auto answer. Setup is just, yeah. Of course, a little bit of AliExpress quality, but this is more than enough for 150 pounds. You get so much. So yeah, you can force the OEM system full screen. So if you don't want that stuff on the side, you can go back and then just have it stretched out like this. I mean, you can have that, but it doesn't really, what's the point? So you go back, turn that off, and yeah, you can go OEM screen after boot up. So yeah, you just go right into it. If you want to look at the old interface all the time, you don't want CarPlay, why would you even do this? Aux activation, I click it and then it just stays there like this. So I don't know what that means. You can tap, get out. I mean, aux is already activated, so this is kind of redundant, I think. I did change the swap left and right because it is UK, so right-hand drive, so you do need to swap those so the door is correctly shown. As here, let's look at the latency. Yeah, not bad. Shows up and shows the correct door. Very nice. So yeah, external microphone, I believe that's to use this. I need to test out how a phone call works. Is it using the Audi microphones or is it using this microphone here? So we can mess around with that later. Pause audio when switching OEM. I turned that off. That was on by default. It's just when music is playing and you go back to your normal screen, you don't want the audio to be paused. Door locked. That's real. Door unlocked. Yeah. Okay, that's what that means. It doesn't really react to the actual locking and unlocking of the car. Seatbelt unfastened, so obviously it's listening to that icon there, but there you go, seatbelt fastened, perfect. So that's there. I really wish if maybe in the future they can add more, like a speedometer here or something like that. Like if it's connected to the console, surely it's like something to do with OBD, so we can get more information out of the car and then just show it here. Then you could have a nice little dashboard here. What else is there? So rear door setting, the rear doors don't really change, so you don't have to do anything with that. Yeah, headlamp detection. So like I said, turn on the headlamps, it goes to dark mode, and also the apps in CarPlay change into dark mode, so that's good. If you turn that off, I'm assuming it just ignores the setting, yeah. So I'm gonna keep that on and then swap next and previous song. I don't know what kind of button it's talking about, maybe these buttons here. That is it for the settings. Kind of wanted a bit more, but I mean, that's all you really need. This is on iOS 15, so I just want to see if the old CarPlay works as it should. What does it look like even? There you go, use CarPlay, see what happens. Look at that, perfect. I mean, it doesn't have internet. I'm not gonna dox myself this time, but yeah, this is the iOS 15 CarPlay. You don't have that many options now. Always dark, you can show always dark maps. Still not many wallpaper choices, but yeah, it just works, and this went into dark mode as it should. You can just stream from your iPhone SE. Yeah, it is, as you can see, like every time I look at this, look at these kind of screens, I used to have a Sony in my old Polo. You really want the responsiveness to be good. I see all these AliExpress, like, you know, those that you don't do any of this conversion. You just stick it on to your window, and then that's it. It's just some Android tablet, and then when they scroll in the ads, go left and right, it lags beyond belief. It's like 1 FPS. That's not good. This, it's all right. It's good enough. I'd say, like, yeah, it's jittery, but it goes to like 0 to 20 FPS, I guess. It's maybe 30 FPS if you go like this. But that's all you really need. You're not gaming on this. You're not playing GTA 5 or 6 on this, so you don't really need any kind of high FPS. As long as the screen is big and it shows you where to go, that's all you really need. As long as the music plays, that's the whole point of CarPlay. But I can see that this is marking as if it has like some sort of control, and I don't know how to give it that. Isn't it supposed to like intercept this or this and then jump around? Because if you had the old screen and then you didn't do this upgrade for the screen and you actually just intercepted the old screen, there is no touch screen, so you would have to just fiddle around with this as you go left to right to find which one you want, and you would click it and then you would choose whatever you want. It would intercept the buttons. This one doesn't really do that, so I don't know why it's in selection mode, as if it's some accessibility thing, but we have touch here, so pretty well in there. Nice and thin. This is what it looks like from the side. I'm very happy with it, honestly. It's looking pretty good. There's a dedicated button to go straight back to CarPlay, so that's perfect. You can just jump right in, and you can go back with car home, and you can press this to turn off the screen. It's actually still working, but if you tap it, sleep and wake. So you can put it to sleep if you don't want it to be distracting or annoying. Pretty well aligned. I don't know, it looks like it would be like it's meant to be, pretty much. The old version had really thick bezels. Like, yeah, these are pretty thin, and obviously at the bottom you don't really care about it, but it would be nice if they were like edge to edge. But I mean, for 150 pounds, what can you ask for? This is already so good. From what I can see from the reviews, this model came out like a month or two ago, so maybe even earlier, because it is on that September 2025 operating system. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this scuff tutorial on how to put this screen into the Audi A1. And before we go, for everyone that's still sticking around, let's do the final peel. Perfect. Look at that. You can see yourself in there. Perfect. Can't wait for that to be smeared all over the place with fingerprints. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed, and thanks for watching. Psych, actually the video isn't over, because we have this. Because I messed around in that passenger side and unplugged the airbag, basically, now it's marked as a fault. So I had to go and get an OBD scanner, which is plugged in down here, then get this little app, and basically you can see the gateway. I think that's I don't know, there's a bunch of faults. I'm gonna try clearing them and then see if I can undo the damage that I did. Well, not damage, but optional optical data bus open circuit. Honestly, I don't know what it is. I don't know what this means, but I'm just gonna try to clear the codes. I mean, if it's an actual problem, it will come back. Yeah, basically I unplugged too many things, it got mad, and now you need an OBD to clear this out. Sorry guys, I'm actually stupid. It's actually, I was an auto scan, which wasn't the correct one. It's scan gateway scan. So you choose that, and then you can see a bit more, all of this, right? First things first, I'm focused on the airbag. We'll check the faults for other stuff later, but it's the airbag that we want to clear. Sorry for the focus, it keeps focusing on the wrong thing. Trouble codes, and there we go. That looks something like the problems we have. Yeah, passive sporadic, so that means it's angry and it needs to be cleared. Ignition on, engine off. Turn that off. Ignition back on. All right, the passenger airbag on. It does say that. It's fine. It's just mad. Yeah, sorry, the focus is very bad. All right, cleared. Oh, look at that. It reset there, and it's gone. Look at that. Beautiful. Fantastic. No more problems except all these other problems. So if we just quickly turn off, start again, passenger airbag on, and oh, look at that. It's not mad because the airbag did work. So yeah, be careful. Moral of the story, don't unplug random things and then the little icon won't pop up. Just plug it in the driver's side where the console is. Don't unplug anything near the airbag and you won't have this problem. You won't have to buy an OBD just to reset the icon, and now it's all perfect. Actually, another thing before I let you go, the reverse OEM system, whatever, like the overlay, basically right now, if I just do this, reverse, and it doesn't pop up, nothing happens, right? This turns on, it beeps, but nothing pops up on the screen. I actually screwed it up in the making of the video. You're not supposed to turn off the camera type. First of all, it's supposed to be on original camera, and it'll be after reboot, and you're supposed to have reverse line detection. You have those two on, and if I restart, reboots. Okay, so now that it's rebooted, the reverse thing will work. So you hit it in reverse and it switches to the OEM screen. So then you actually still get to use this and it works. It's fantastic. You go out of it, switches back, go back in. It doesn't matter if the parking aid is on with this button. It doesn't listen to that. It listens to the reverse gear. So you make sure you hit it in reverse and it'll pop up. And there you go. Another feature you don't lose. You get to see the camera. I guess this counts as a camera. This car doesn't have a camera and it's the original camera. So on cars that do have the camera, it would pop up and it would switch to OEM. That's how it works. I thought it was something else and that's why I disabled it. And I thought that feature wasn't there or it doesn't work, but it actually does work. Sorry, I'm putting this information at the end of the video, but it does work. So enjoy.